what is the name of your outreach program?
My name is Amber DeLaver, and the outreach program is the Prayer Shack. First, the outreach started in my home. I just really felt God impress it upon my heart to minister to women. And so it started in my home probably 2 years before it got a name. It started in my house as just a prayer group, like a transparency prayer group. I just wrote a little 8x10 piece of paper and said, hey, things are rough. Everybody doesn't have a white picket fence. I know I sure don't, but maybe you'd like to get together and discuss, life. And I hung it at the school, and I think I had 15 women show up the very first night. And from then on, I was kind of petrified. I'd never really prayed out loud before. I'd joined several prayer groups, but I was like, wow, what the heck am I going to do? I've never done this before, But God showed up in a mighty way, and from then on, 2 years later, the Prayer Shack got birthed as a storefront. I just really felt God wanted women to realize that we needed each other. Kind of like, back a million years ago, people were neighborly. They loved on people. You cared about your neighbors. If you needed a cup of sugar, you knocked on the door and asked for it. And I feel like we've really gotten away from that. So I just really wanted to try to bring community and people together. I guess the goal would be just reach people, let people know that somebody cares, that I care, but not only do I care, God cares too. So just wherever I go, I just want to leave an impression on people that God cares for them, and so do I.
Walk us through what putting on an outreach like this looks like. The planning, the letting people know about it, the actual putting it on, all of that.
That's probably my hardest part, because nowadays you have to use social media. I really despise social media, but it's like the only way to really get the word out of what's happening here, what's going on in life. Happy Friday, everybody. So we're here at the Prayer Shack. We're superly excited today. For one, the weather has been absolutely fabulous this whole week. How could we even complain? God has just blessed us with sunshine, warmth, and people are in way better mood. Whew, isn't that nice? It's been a rough winter. And apparently everybody loves Facebook, so I guess that's what you have to do. But I don't like Facebook. I do use it only because the things that we do here, I don't really know how to reach people. I put signs out at the road. I think that does reach some people. But yeah, social media is probably our sad way, but it's what I have to use. I just want to reach anyone that's struggling, because we all have struggles in life, and even people that aren't struggling, people that think their whole life is great, I want to reach them too. Who do we reach now? Now we reach people that are probably looking for conversation, maybe a little lonely, needing a friend, needing somebody to hang out with. Most everything we do here, it's about sitting around a table and talking to them face to face, making eye contact. How are you doing? Over the years, being here, we kind of had some, I would say anything people would walk in the door and they'd say, hey, do you have this? And I'd be like, no, but you just wait, it's going to show up. So I'll share a little story. Maybe it pertains to the question, maybe it doesn't, you'll figure it out. So, one day my girlfriend was purchasing a house, and I went to this house with her to look at it because she was thinking about buying it, and she was in another room with the realtor, and I'm like whipping these chairs upside down because I really wanted these chairs. I was like, I freaking love these chairs. These chairs are great. And when I got home, the picture of the bottom of the chair was blurry. I couldn't read it, and I was like, man, God, I really, really want these chairs, So about a month later, it was New Year's Day. I was sitting around in my pajamas, and I get a phone call from a friend, and she's like, hey, my neighbors are moving, and they have furniture left in their house, and they want to get rid of it. And I was like, I don't really want to leave the house. I'm in my pajamas, but I was like, which house is it? And then she tells me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, sure, I'll be right over there. So I go over there. It was those chairs. So in this place, stuff like that happened all the time. Like if there was a need, but I didn't need those chairs. But God cared that I wanted those chairs. Well, not only did I get those chairs, I got a couch. I got a dining room table with chairs. And so the couch sat in here for probably a couple months, and I told God, because he gave me those chairs, that a person that walked in and said, I love that couch, it will go home with them. And it did. So I just truly believe what you think about, you bring about, and this place has kind of always been that little sacred space for, the desires of your heart. I think humbleness and love. I think, depending on the type of person you are, just greeting and meeting people with love. And we kind of always felt this place was not a place of, whoever walked in the door, we just wanted to greet them with a smile, make them feel like they were home, like we really cared that they walked in the door. So, I mean, not that we got it perfect. I know we don't. We're still a work in progress, but that is the goal, is to try to help people, in any way possible, and just greet them in love, and that they feel comfortable enough to walk in the door. I think a lot of times with that is that they're not comfortable to walk in that door. And it doesn't mean, like, people used to think that we just wanted to help needy. We're all in need of something. Sometimes we're just in need of a hug or a smile or a kind word. It doesn't always mean they need stuff. Well, for one, I am nonprofit because I'm with the church, but I tried to get my nonprofit on my own for years, and I couldn't even find help to get it. So I think if it was more readily accessible and didn't cost as much, you didn't need a lawyer to do it, or maybe I just don't know how to use the internet very well. So,
Could you talk a little bit about that process, by the way, of when you tried to get that nonprofit? Like, what was trying to get that like? What were some of the struggles in that?
Just a lot of reading. I just have a Bertuckian education, so I probably need a little bit more than that to understand the process. And I still don't understand the process. There's 30 million nonprofits on every corner. I don't understand how they became that or what. And no matter how many doors I beat on, I didn't get any help. So I just finally was like, you know what? If God wants me to be nonprofit, I'll be nonprofit. I'm not going to try to beat any more doors down anymore. And then the church offered me to build with them. We will usually have about 15 people gathered around this table, and people show up because they know that we care. They know that even if I run into you in the street, I'm going to pray for you. So we start our week with prayer, and then we play games. We do other things together. It's community. We have bingo night here. We do, like this Friday is our pancake breakfast. We open this place up twice a month for free pancakes, and it's just about sitting around these tables and meeting a new friend. It's not really about the pancakes. It just gives you something to do. Food always brings people together, and coffee. Though, when we transitioned out of the Pay It Forward to this, it's taken us a little while to find our bearings and what we were doing, because it seemed hard when, like I said, we would reach 75 people, and for a ministry this size, that's a great thing, but really it's not about numbers anymore. It's really just about making that true connection with that person that really does need it, and not missing it. Like, not missing when that person walks in the door if they got a hurt or they got something going on in their life. Not just be fluffing everything and making it perfect. But
is there, for someone who's trying to start an outreach or nonprofit, or just wants to start a group, just supporting other people and stuff like that, what advice would you give someone who's just starting out, or who's even considering volunteering or helping in any way?
I go back to that, just sharing whatever God has called you to do with other people and finding that person that's doing something similar and learn from them and then go out and do it. Because, trial and error, man. I think about the 11 years that I've been doing this. Did I think I'd still be here? No. But any ministry that was similar to mine, I would find out, how did you do it? What happened? What did you do? But keeping prayer at the forefront of it all, no matter what. Instead of me micromanaging it, letting God micromanage it and guide and direct it. I don't like to do anything here unless God says. I don't purchase stuff for this place unless I feel God says do it. So, yeah, just joining forces with somebody that's already doing it, like-minded people that have a heart for whatever it is, and then God usually branches it out and you become a tree with someone else's parts too.